Welcome to the App Showcase, where we review Microsoft-related apps primarily from the App Store, but also through trial versions. SV MacPack's a certified veteran-owned and HUBZone consulting firm supporting the United States federal government. In support of our customers' need to do market research on apps such as these, we started recording our review of these apps. We hope these reviews help you as well. In this video, we're going to be reviewing the Happy Birthday app from Intermade that's off of the Microsoft App Store. As always, I'll move fast, pointing out what I like and what would make me hesitate to recommend this app to my customers. My goal is to be as candid as I would be if just talking to my own team about this app. Hopefully the review helps you and perhaps even provides good feedback to the publisher of this app. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to click over to the Microsoft App Store, to the product page. When I come in here, I always like to start on the left and just work my way across. So the first thing I see is it's free. I'm curious on whether it's free or if it's an evaluation. So hopefully we'll figure that out as we go along. The next thing I see is versions. 1.5 means theoretically it's been working on it, but it's only, last time it was updated was 2014. So I don't have high hopes for this app. It looks like it probably has reached the end of life. But they're very thorough on what they put up here. So that's pretty impressive. They did try to put version notes in here for a while, and I like that. But it stops at 1.1, and they're at 1.5. I wonder what happened with all the other activity. Oh, I'm sorry. I see it right here. So as they moved forward, this is great. I wonder why they abandoned it. Like, you know, they clearly were putting stuff in. They were giving us good feedback. And I like how they did it, actually, the newest changes first. So that was pretty good. I'm looking at the ratings that they have. They have 18 people giving them 3 stars. And let's see, when we click on the reviews, what do we have? And we have 18 reviews. That's unusual, so that's pretty interesting. So I'm coming through 1 star, 5 stars. It's a distorted layout. I might be looking for that. I'm just looking. A lot of people looks like they just put stuff in. Good job. I have no idea what this person's comment means, and this one's harder for me to understand than the first. This is the most reviews I've ever seen, though. We're up to, I like how we're at 11 through 20 of 18. I'm assuming that's a bug right there. Okay, so that's interesting. It's got a different date. We'll kind of try that as well. These are pretty interesting reviews. They haven't done any updates since 2015, it looks like, with that 1.5, so I wonder if some of these bugs have been addressed. But those are the reviews. They had a good amount. Last thing I look at on this page is, let's go ahead and take a look at their screenshots. This is a video, I'm assuming, and I don't feel like watching it at the moment. But here, if we click on it, it's a little hazy, and that's all right. I'm assuming it's hazy and not my eyes. But they have pretty clear information here. I'm not even sure what they have here, so that'll be fun to see. That one's really hard to see. This one here looks similar to a review that we did earlier on episode 31. So I'd be curious on whether it's just a kind of an out-of-the-box app activity. Let's look at this one here. This is good settings. I mean, they clearly have put some work into this. They've got the color activity, so they thought it through. I like that. And we're back at this guy again. I'm assuming this is all guidance that's sitting in the page, so we'll see what that looks like. This is interesting that they chose to show this. This looks like an animation activity. So those pictures actually weren't too informative to me. One of the things I like on app stores is when they actually have like a feature they're trying to showcase, because then those pictures would be useful. Otherwise, you know, that was 2 minutes of our life we can't get back. So let's go ahead and go look at Intermade's Happy Birthday app. I'm in my app showcase for the birthday apps, so I'm going to go down to site contents and find that person. So it's Happy Birthday. Let me just, there it is. Okay, sorry, it took me a minute to find it. One of the things I like to do is, this is the first time I'm clicking on it. I don't like to load anything before I do the reviews. That way you can see what the misery is like as we go through. So let's take a second here and see what we have. Just scroll in for you a little bit. So it's a free app, so somebody created it, so I'm going to be very careful with knocking it because they were nice enough to throw it there for you. It's like a little slider. Yeah, they put a lot of customization in it. That's great. They're explaining this page. That's great. That's interesting. They're letting you actually update the activity. That's pretty neat. They're getting people engaged there. Anyways, let's see what we got. So they created a list for happy birthday users. The settings here in the middle. Okay, so this is where we can kind of configure the look and feel of it. I'm not quite sure what the test values are because I could just put test values over here. So here's the folks who created it, and that's cool. One thing that is interesting is that, like, I don't know how to display it, so let's see if we can figure it out whether it's intuitive. I'm going to go ahead and edit this guy. Let's just go ahead and so it's another one that's using the actual year. I'm going to do 1/30/2018 and save that. And because we saw somebody with a bug, I'm actually going to put in 129 as well for this other person. Edit. I like how I'm able to just put free text instead of pulling it out of the profile. But actually, it'd be great too if that was an option. You know, you could choose which one you wanted to do. So here we're going to do one. What was it? The 29th. Like that, and we'll save it. So we're done with this. We come back. We're looking at it. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I forgot I named it yesterday. So it is showing that kind of bug there. Let's go ahead and look at the settings and see what we got. Maybe we can make some changes. So in here, it is showing, basically just showing the fonts and stuff. This is interesting. Let's go ahead and change this to 24. Animations vertical. Let's try it horizontal. That means theoretically it's going to be swiping left to right in there. Loop continuously. That's fine. It's just bouncing back and forth. The duration was all fine. We don't need to change that. That's good. The text is happy birthday. Not really paying attention. I wonder how easy these are to change. Look at that. That's beautiful. I know it's probably pretty simple for a developer to do that, but how awesome is that for any of us users who aren't technical, that we can just come in here and go, well, I don't want blue. I want green. And that's all I had to do. Let me see how to change that. That's funny. Actually, I have no idea what I'm doing here because it's not changing. So I thought it was intuitive, and it's funny because somebody who's used to this tool will say, "Oh, Neil, you're doing it wrong. You know, you must click on something." But it's not intuitive for a basic user, and that's kind of a key thing. I'm not really going to pay attention to this. I think it's great that they have all this in, though. I think that's awesome. Let's go ahead and save this and go back. Okay, so you see that we changed the font to 24. It's going back and forth. That was all really fast and easy. It is funny that it changed the font on both the greeting as well as this stuff. And then, so let's keep coming in here. We got test values. Oh, that's funny. Did it edit the list again? So it dumped all these people in there. That's all that did. Didn't really need that. And then let's go down here. View the results in full screen. What's that doing for us? So again, there's not, it's not overly helpful. I mean, it just showed you a bigger screen. What I'm really looking for is when you look at a birthday app, you just basically want a list that you can put the birthdays in or pulling it from the user profile. And then you want it displayed as some sort of web part or app part that's part of your overall design of a page. Here, so far, it all looks completely separate. I'm going to skip the FAQs and support because I see that it's heading me out. So that's the end of this activity. I'm going to go back to the my main site and see if somehow it's got a web part that I can add. So I'm going to edit the page really quick and see if I can't insert an app part. So this one was called Happy Birthday, and that's what I'm looking for. Let's see if it's this person. Okay, so that's kind of handy. Let me see if I can move it over there. Do a quick little edit. I'm going to get rid of that title really quick. So, and I'm assuming there's nothing else in here that relates to this guy. So I'll just hit OK and it's done. I want to come out of this really quick and just show you what that looks like. And then one last thing I want to check is the web part, or the dates. It should only be showing today, for example. So we changed the font. That's a little screwy. But let me edit the page one last time. Edit the web part. Bounce in here really quick. I'm trying to see how they do the dates, and I was hoping there would be like a view I could see, and I don't see that. I'm gonna hit cancel. I'm gonna go back to that app really quick. That's fine. Come back here. Take me into this list. Maybe in this list, it's got some sort of default. Okay, so I wasn't going to recommend it, but now I'm like absolutely not going to recommend it. I came in here and it's instantly taken away my ability to go into list settings. That's just how they designed it. Let me see if I can cheat a little bit on this really quick and go to site settings, libraries and lists. I can't see it here. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. No, got a little. It's okay. Sorry, it's getting a little bit too complicated for me to try to find it. I was going to see if I could backdoor my way into the list settings, but anyways, I think they did a good effort on it. I don't want to dismiss their efforts there, but I definitely think it's just not ready for prime time in any kind of organization. It's a neat little nifty thing on your own little my site or something, but certainly not for a company's intranet or an organization's intranet. So as a recap, I'm recommending that you skip this app until the publisher can address the concerns that I mentioned. And since they haven't touched it since 2014 and it's a free app, I'm assuming they'll never take my recommendations. But I hope you found the review useful as you evaluate various apps available to you and your organization. Please provide me with feedback in the comments. Let me know how I can make the App Showcase channel and these reviews more useful to you. Feel free to even suggest apps that we should review, and we'll work to get them on the schedule. Finally, if you found the review helpful, please share a note about it on one of the social media platforms. I'm your host, Neil McDonald with SV MacPack. I thank you for joining me today and hope you'll join me again for other reviews.